Hola, ¿qué tal, mi gente? Yo soy Byron Gonzalez, here for the SoCal Sound. Yo también soy súper emocionado y súper ansioso, súper nervioso porque tengo, ¿cómo te digo esto? Tengo dos legendarias, en mi opinión, dos legendarias en la música escena ahorita en el mundo global. Global. Como me ayudó mi amiga ahorita.
Tú me vas a ayudar con el inglés.
Te dije, esto va a ser una buenísima entrevista, te lo juro, aquí porque tengo Silvana Estrada y Natalia Lafourcade. Me gusta decir ese nombre, las dos juntas. ¿Cómo está su día hoy? Gracias por platicar con Little Old Me.
Está bien.
Igual, estamos igual.
Estamos todos
Little
igual, sí.
Us, too.
Sí. En chinga.
En chinga.
Como se dice en nuestro país.
Como se dice en México. En chinga, but happy. Okay. A happy chinga.
Well, I learned a new word. I'm going to be saying it all the time. Estoy chingando.
Maybe not that.
Estamos
not
todos
the way.
chingando.
Natalia approves. Natalia approves.
Bien chingón.
Bien chingón. Sí, bien chingón y bien chingonas aquí.
Eso.
Dándole.
Estupendo. So I have
Muchos usos tiene la
Muchos
chinga.
usos.
It's very versatile, como ustedes dos, ¿no? Very versatile. Entonces, hoy en día tengo unas preguntas para ustedes que he esperado toda mi vida preguntarles.
Wow.
Pero primero, felicidades con sus Grammy Nominations.
Thank you.
I want to reference like some of your songs for these next questions. It's going to be cool. Para ti o para las dos, ¿qué es algo recientemente, aparte de los Grammy Nominations, que le da ganas para brindar?
Oh, I love that question. I think, like, lately these days, like, friendship and just love, you know? I feel like this thing that I want to just say, brindo with the friends. Even cool. Here in Los Angeles, no? And here at the Grammys, I think it's so important to never lose, like, the human part of it, which is just, you know, to meet beautiful people and to see your friends.
Me imagino, en una industria que es rápido. Eso es algo para brindar. ¿Y para ti?
I thought exactly the same, you know? We're in the same channel.
Yes. Yes.
So, yeah, me too. I think it's important to keep your relations, your friends, to keep yourself grounded through experience like this one, because there's so many things happening around. You can't really like get lost into what I do is not enough, or I am not enough for this, or this, I don't deserve this, or stuff like that. I think that music, first of all, which I think is our boss, and we both would agree that the music is the most important thing, as long as we can keep it honest and coming from a very, very honest, you know, place. And then your tribu, your friends, your family, your people, like we're all like in the same path, you know. We're searching, we're trying to reinvent our universes, our worlds, and the friendship and the relations are so important. We say this like in holidays, right?
Yeah,
like,
in New Year's
cheers for this moment, like this is the thing.
Yeah. Cheers for being, you know, like sharing these moments and for being together.
Yeah,
like,
and laugh.
Yeah.
Which is very important.
Yeah, sí. Sí.
¿Cómo se dice? Como las anécdotas, ¿no?
The anecdotes.
That you get through this experience.
Sí. One thing that I really love about, like, every time that I've been, like, sharing this type of experiences with Natalia is that it could be, you know, the Grammys, no? It can be, like, super rough for, like, any artist, actually. But then if you have a friend, it's so hilarious. Like, you can you know, just spend, like, every day just laughing all day because one stupid thing, and it's okay. And then it's something really silly, but it reminds you that this is not the music. Like the music is here inside all of us, and we work for something, you know, I don't want to say bigger, but more abstract. And this is, you know, this is important, but you can't just take it just a little bit slow, no?
Chill. Yeah.
Yeah, everything, a piece of work, the best things come when you take your time.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
Tomas
course.
tu tiempo,
Of course.
le das tiempo al universo que lo planifique para ustedes.
Yeah.
And talking about the music, hablando de la música, como tu canción de Pajarito Colibrí, que mucha gente mira o escucha tu música para sentirse bien cuando están tristes o para escuchar unos consejos. A ustedes, cuando se sienten como un pajarito colibrí con miedo de salir afuera, ¿qué escuchan ustedes para sacarse de ese sentido?
A Natalia.
Oh, nah,
Sí. Sí.
No,
Ay,
pero ¿qué más?
sí.
¿Qué más? Sí. Dime tu playlist de los artistas.
My playlist, like my, ¿cómo se dice? Mi
Feel
playlist
good.
que me hace así sentir courage.
Yes.
Probably Billie Holiday. No, that voice así, ¿no? Es como, ya está, yo puedo. Si ella pudo, yo puedo.
también amo escuchar
Sí.
películas. Good mood,
Sí,
asegurado.
good mood, siempre. And then, para mí, Soledad Bravo.
También.
También, siempre.
Chabela Vargas.
Chabela Vargas. Total. Esa sí es chingona.
Sí. Porque como que te
Sí,
asienta.
sí, te desarma. ¿Quién más?
Para mí, a mí, no sé, a mí me encanta escuchar a Atahualpa Yupanqui.
Sí.
Cuando me siento muy, no sé, como que su música me engrana.
Sí.
No sé, como que me alinea.
Sí, sí.
Algo tiene
sí.
su música que
Sí.
me asienta.
Te pone
Muy bien, me pone humilde.
A mí eso me pasa con Miles Davis.
Oh,
Me pone en un lugar que es como grounded.
Para mí, certain things of Miles Davis. The
Sí,
Kind of Blue.
Kind of Blue.
Me encanta escuchar
Strutting,
sketches.
Sí.
O Chet Baker también.
Sí,
Eso.
sí.
Bueno, el jazz es súper... No todo el jazz, claro.
No, el jazz, pero el que nos
Pero
gusta,
el que nos gusta.
sí es como...
El son jarocho, yo creo que
Ok.
las dos
sí,
coincidimos.
Sí,
Ustedes, sí.
sí.
Eso sí que te puede poner
Sí,
en un buen mood.
Sí. Yo sí estoy de malas. For example, if I'm hungry, ¿cómo dijiste tú?
Hangry,
If I'm hangry, son
Hangry.
jarocho. And my
I
family
eat.
knows it. Ajá. Sí.
Like, oh no, she hasn't eaten in a while. Put
Sí,
it on.
sí, pónganse jarocho.
You guys me tienen mandar su Spotify playlist.
Ajá.
Pues, sí,
Bueno,
Sí,
sí, cuando quieras.
ujú, claro.
Ahora, esta pregunta es para su lugar natal, where you guys grew up. Fun fact, they're both from the same city. They're both from the same, little place, Coatepec, Veracruz. It's kind of crazy, right? It's like a different dimension. You grew up at a certain time, a certain era. She grew up in a certain era. Can you explain a little bit? Nos explica cómo fue atravesando tu carrera musical cuando tú estabas creciendo versus cuando tú estabas creciendo. Me imagino ideologies, todo eso estaba. ¿Lo sientes más difícil looking back?
¿En qué sentido?
Como eres tan joven, trying to figure out, social media isn't around,
Sí.
trying to get your music to people, and also being a woman, I'm sure in Mexico.
Being very young, unmature, and not unconscious, of course, about so many things. Yeah, I think I got to live I don't know in English, but I would say the tale of that music industry from the past that was really like, it's like now, but we have a period of it changed, and then now it's adjusting to a different moment.
Mindset, yeah,
But it was so mainstream and so big, and like I remember the first time I went to the MTV Awards.
Wow.
I had a limousine outside the airport and getting into this place, and I was like, who is going to pay for this? And then getting into the hotel and so much luxury around. And for me, it was like, but who is paying for this? And is this for me? And how does it work? Is this the manager, the label? Can I eat this chocolate on my bed? I remember like getting inside the room and chocolates and flowers and champagne, and my room was so like a rock star, but I wasn't, you know. I was just a kid. I was just a girl, you know. And for me, that, and then like having to really like get into the industry like that without really knowing too many things that later came. For me, was special, was funny and hard and beautiful as well. And I think that was for me like the way it happened. I think we all have different approaches and ways of living it. I think the interesting thing next is to see how you will build your own relation to music, right? To see how you survive to certain things that sometimes you know and sometimes you don't have any idea of how you will go through so many things around. But at the end, as we're saying, like the music and the relations and certain things. But we come from Coatepec. We grew up there. We in the same river.
Oh, wow. We used to play in the same river, like
years apart,
but literally the same river.
Literally,
the same part. The same trees surrounding the river.
It was meant for you. This path of music and everything.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that?
Yes.
No doubt.
No doubt. You can have any doubt.
Yeah. But I was thinking about what you were saying about like your relationship with the industry.
Yeah.
And I feel it's so different to think about the relationship with the industry and the sacred relationship with music are so different, those subjects. Like, and I always like to hear your stories, and I love like how you manage to, I don't know, to understand who you were, like in a moment where, as you were saying, you were living like the ending of this era of like super rock star luxury,
like the star, the pop star, big,
exactly, exactly, and you overcame that with so much like elegance and like, you know, because Natalia is probably like one of the most elegant persons that I've ever met, ¿no?
No way.
Sí. Mira esa portada. ¿Quién hace una portada así ahora? Bueno.
Like, I am elegant.
and what I love is how she managed to overcome like that shocking moment, no? Of I can choose to be like a rock star or a pop star, or I can choose to like nurture my soul, and I can choose to search and find my own truth. And I feel like that's what she did, and it's not the easiest way, but she did it anyway. And that's so inspiring because now that we are so, I feel like a part of a generation where that big luxury, you know, pop star, rock star doesn't exist anymore. No, I come from the indie. I've never been in a limousina, only with you once.
Also, you were like, "What? Can I eat this, Natalia?"
No, but I feel like the journey is the same. How will I preserve my inner child, and how will I preserve my sacred relationship with art? And whatever decision you make, that's the big question, like at the center of everything you do if you're a musician.
Wow.
How I will protect what I love from what I love. So
yeah, because it can get a little bit distorted sometimes, I'm sure, with all the flashing lights, the cameras, the people going like trying to build relationships, but just to take.
Yeah.
And it can be lonely. It can be very lonely. And what I've been learning all these years of friendship with Natalia is that it doesn't have to be lonely. Like you can have your people surrounded.
That's right.
You need to be a good leader no? But then you can choose who you want for you and to work with you, and that way you will never be lonely.
Yeah, that's perfect.
right.
That's beautiful. And now you found each other. Now,
Yeah, that's beautiful.
how did that happen? What was like the first Silvana Estrada song you ever heard, or how did you get to know about Silvana Estrada? Was it through music? Was it through people?
Was
Do you
it
remember?
literally by Instagram, listening to her first EP?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sí, Lo Sagrado, no?
Lo Sagrado, that's right.
You wrote it.
And yeah, when I heard that, I didn't know she was from Veracruz. I didn't know she was from Coatepec.
Oh.
But I fell immediately in love to her honesty and to her voice and the spirit of her music. I think she's an old soul. You don't get to see those kind of people very often. But I think like Emiliano is somebody like that as well, you know. And for me, Silvana was, I was listening a lot to her music. And I remember Gustavo, the guitar player from my band at that moment. I remember like telling him like, you need to listen to this music because you're not gonna believe it. Like this is like somebody that big as a Chavela, that like a Violeta Parra, like Soledad Bravo, like she reminds me this kind of women from the past that have that voice that will take you far away and deep to the ground, you know.
Wow.
So for me, it was beautiful because she's Mexican, and I was like, oh, she's young. She's just in the very, very first moment of her career, like, and she has so much to do, and I don't know. And then we met, and then I knew she was from Veracruz. I was like, no.
See, and then I think we spent like an evening at your house in Coatepec, and then my dad came in, and then we just became like instant family in a way.
It's the connection of the river.
Yeah,
Del Rio, huh?
you know, that river, when I was very little, that river, which is like, you just walk from her house. But the thing is that where she grew up is the house next. I mean, we're in the middle of the jungle, right? So it's next, but
You need to walk.
You need to walk.
5 minutes.
But there's nothing but bamboo and green. And right next was their house, and my friend Irene. We were, when I was little, we were going to that same river to spend a lot of time into that jungle and beautiful context.
Wow.
There. So when she told me, when I think the first time I went to your house, I was like, I can't believe it. This is where I grew up. I was having pijamadas. No sé cómo se dice en inglés, pero sí.
Pijama parties.
Pijama parties there with my friends.
Sí.
Yeah.
Sí.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's very magical.
Wow.
Very, very
This
magical.
is very magical. Everything's very
We
magical.
got to share a very beautiful moment when I was ending the tour in Mexico. I had some shows at Metropolitan Teatro.
8 shows.
8 shows there. And I asked Silvana to come and be singing with me the whole show
Sí.
as a background vocal support.
Sí.
Yeah, because I said like, no, there's no way I can do that myself. 8 shows.
8 shows.
No.
No, but I
On a
learned.
row.
I think on a row, yeah, like back to back.
Sí.
I think that's like one of the moments that I've been learning the most. Those 8 shows, like just to see like Natalia getting ready and how she was on control all the time, even if she was, rethinking about something or actually like hesitating about anything. She was very like clear and respectful and strong and. I remember like being singing exactly because you were running and dancing. It was like a 2.5 hour show. It was very demanding. And at some parts she was like, I need to sing you here because I need to rest. And I remember singing like some verses, but all the people was singing so loud that for me it was very easy because she was doing like, I know the people was really like screaming like all these classics that we all know, and I was just singing all the music that I already knew before. So for me, that was like my dream job. Really,
It was good. You did great.
Easy job. You're like,
You did great.
fácil.
Yeah, and I knew that for her, this moment will come eventually, you know. For me, it was very pretty to see you there, and I was so grateful that you were doing that because I knew that there was going to come the moment that she was going to be doing those shows in that same place and probably bigger places. So for me, it was really special, you know. I think it's very important to have those connections with your mates, tus compañeras, ¿no? Tus colegas, you know. And for me, it was very important. It gave me a lot, really, to have her into those shows. For me, that was a lot, demanding, but beautiful. It was beautiful.
It's a boot camp for her, I guess, right?
Yeah, and I mean the beautiful thing is that you learn. We both know, o sea, with your friends in music, like any collaboration will give you, like, you will learn something together, like, you know.
Yeah.
She takes something from me, but I also took a lot from you during those days, and in general, is yeah.
Sí.
Siempre hay algo nuevo de aprender, ¿no? Así es la vida, así somos los humanos. Nunca somos perfectos, pero estamos muy cerca de ser perfectos y así aprendemos otra cosa.
But really, those shows I learned, like, one of the most important things that I really learned later in my life, that once Natalia was super tired and she was like, I don't know if I can do this, I don't know. And then she did it perfectly and she was going out, and I asked to Natalia after the show, like, how do you feel? And she was like, I feel perfect. I was only needing the love of my audience. I remember you told me, like, you only need to be like with your heart open, because then the audience will contain you and will give you strength.
Yeah.
And later, because, you know, after that I started to do my tours, and I remember especially last year that I was very tired because I did a long tour. Every time that I was going out to the stage, I was like, I was remembering Natalia, like, I need to open my heart because the audience will, you know, keep my strength. So yeah, that was very important in my life.
That's beautiful. And I'm learning so much from just this interview. But I won't take up too much of your time. I have one more last question. This one's very serious. ¿Cuándo vamos a tener una cena Taiwanese, or Thai food? ¿Cuándo vamos a tener un big Thai food dinner?
Thai food dinner.
Do you want us, like, to chop onion?
No, like, let's go out and eat to your favorite Thai food restaurant here in LA.
You like Thai food?
I do. Do you?
Yes.
She loves
Let's go.
But is that like your favorite food or nah?
No.
What is your favorite
I
food?
feel like my favorite food is Italian food.
Oh, really?
Do you?
Pues,
Not really. Like, a ver, my favorite
I mean,
food.
Mexican, like, come on.
No, Mexican is definitely
Mexican is like-
delicious.
Sí,
I
sí,
love
sí.
going back home and eating maiz.
I feel like for you it's like Japanese.
Yes, I love
Like,
Japanese.
sí, no?
But the thing about Thai food is the vegetables, like, I can eat
Yeah.
that every day.
with
But
the oyster sauce.
Italian food, I like that also. Like, I was just curious. But no,
Pero,
Me too.
pero Thai food has noodles. So
Let's
it's
do
okay.
it. Actually,
It's
that's
okay.
true. That's
Thai
true.
food
The
has
pasta
noodles.
comes from Asia.
Yeah, the
We
pad
can
see
share.
ew.
We can share the love that, you know, all of us feel
Yeah,
for
yeah,
the
yeah.
pasta.
Yeah, the thing is that if it's Thai food, I need to go to the place.
I want to
don't
know
like
where
to
that
go.
place is.
Sí.
Thai food to go? No.
Sí, sí.
Because really, I have something with the context.
Yeah.
Sí.
It has to be very like a Thai place, you know?
Sí.
It has pink walls.
Yeah, you need to have like the art direction.
Yeah. It has the light,
It's
the
visual.
special light, and the fake flower.
See.
I love that.
I love the fake
love that.
flowers.
And then
that
and then
weird
you have the
smell.
plate and the smell really
Fresh.
strong.
Fresh, yeah.
Fresh.
But I don't want that smell in my house. Just in the
In the restaurant. Yes.
Let's go.
fine.
Let's go after this.
Let's go.
interview.
Yeah, I got
ready.
hungry.
Before the
Now.
Grammys, let's do it.
Yeah.
Also, you're hungry.
I got very hungry
Ya no hay que
after
hablar de
talking
comida,
about this.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Lo siento, pero no.
Porque es serio.
Vámonos.
Fue una pregunta seria.
Ay,
Sí, no
muy
les
serio.
dije.
No la veía venir yo.
No, yo tampoco.
Yo no estoy aquí para bromear.
Pues vamos.
Pues muchas gracias a ustedes.
No, gracias
Sí,
también.
todos.
Pues
Sí.
fue un placer, un honor y otras palabras que ni puedo pensar ahorita. Gracias por su
No
tiempo.
te preocupes.
Ay,
Todo
gracias
bien,
a ti.
está dicho.
Thank you.
Ahí está.
Con la mirada.
Sí, y
exacto.
con la comida Thai.
Y
Te
con
dije.
la mirada.
No les dije que esta entrevista iba a ser bien. Quitamos a Natalia Lafourcade, nominada por su disco De Todas las Flores, y Silvana Estrada por Milagro y Desastre.
Milagro y Desastre. Qué maravilla.
A global performance. Grammy, so vote for them.
Sí.
Vote for them. Ahí estamos. Thank you for watching.
Sí.
Yay. Ahí estamos.
Gracias.